Hello stock traders and investors. I hope all of you had a fantastic trading day. Today was a very good day on the market. The market continues to be very, very hot. Loving this movement in the overall market. The insiders are performing huge. So hopefully you have gotten in on this list and have made money and held throughout the time that it's been on this list, because man, stuff has really been moving on this list. Looking forward to giving you a recap of Monday's trading day. Also going to give you a new top 7 and some new stock picks that are for the top 7 list that should be great to get in on Tuesday's pre-market. So let's start with the top 7. Well, if you had all the stocks from Monday's pre-market video, then you would have had a 12.25% gain today, which is absolutely gigantic. There's a lot of the insiders performed extremely well. And in fact, I don't think a single one on the list was negative, if I'm looking back on that right. We shall cover it here soon. Personally, I had a 3.05% gain. I have many other investments in different things. I have to diversify my portfolio pretty heavily to make sure that I don't get too heavy and have a hard time getting in and out of a particular stock. Month to date, this list so far in the month of February is up 37.05% and hoping to beat the record. This list in the month of January of 2020 had a 90% gain. There are a few of my friends that were part of that. Even though this was more of a local group back then, they remember the good old days of January 2020 where we racked up 90% gains. It was really terrific. Looking forward to beating that. I think that would be pretty fantastic. Hopefully all of you can witness that and be a part of it for sure. Year to date, my personal gain is at a 48.19% gain. I have a goal of a 500% return this year. I expect to achieve it. Had fantastic gains last year that were really large, and looking forward to continuing this great streak. I do like to use Webull as my broker, and the reason why I do is because I can trade really early in the morning, as early as 3 a.m. Central and as late as 7 p.m. at night. Also, it has fantastic scanners, screeners. I love the way it works. I like the way the options work and how they work, and I'm able to get orders to fill very well. It's a good, powerful broker if you are looking for something new and something better. Please check it out. We have a link in the description down below. You get free stocks when you sign up and more free stocks when you deposit money. All right, let's cover the sales from the 3 different levels from our Patreon group. If you are looking for strategies, we have a great group of investors. It's definitely worth checking out. It is filled with a lot of people that have had success, and we are looking forward to helping one another become very successful in stock trading and in the market. Please check that out. We have a link in the description down below. I think you'll be glad that you did. With just one great trade, you will pay for multiple months of the small amount that it costs to be a part. All right, so let's get going. In the premium room, we had absolutely 0 sales. In the standard rooms, we had 2 sales. One sold DTEA options for a 9% gain. This should have been a lot better. Should have sold it earlier, but held on to it. There was a point where I personally was up over 270%. Why I didn't sell, I do not know. Kicking myself a little bit over it. Overall doing well. And then I sold MO calls, and that was for a 49.7% gain. That was a great 3-day investment. So that one did really well. All right, now for the top 7. So these are all the stocks that were sold that were part of the top 7 for Monday's list. Sold ANIX, ANIX, for a 15.82% gain. It had been 5 days since its insider activity. It was time for me to move on. That was when I planned on selling it. And then I sold VYNE for a 7.21% gain. Same deal, did not have any insider activity over the last 5 business days. So it was time to move out of that. That's when I planned to get out of it. Also sold CYTH, and I was planning on holding this till news, but I can kind of feel the momentum coming out of this one a little bit. It has been about 7 or 8 business days since the insider activity, so I held this one a lot longer than normal, but that was part of my trading plan. Sold CYTH for a 73.41% gain. Absolutely fantastic investment over the time that we had it, just a little over a week, which was really great. And sold OTLK for a 57.1% gain. Sold this way early, and it's up in after hours tonight on Monday night. But the reason why I decided to sell it is because it was so high in the RSI. I just did not feel like we would get much more out of it. had a fantastic gain. That was what, a 2-day investment? That's pretty great. Looking forward to replacing it with something else new from this list. All right, let's get going. Here we go. We have one of the others, and this is an OTC. It's the only reason why it's not in the top 7. And this is YAYO. This has been part of the list for a long time. We've had this on and off multiple times. And on Monday, this finished up 12.53%. My average in it is $3 a share. Since calling this out, it is up 46.47%. So this has been a fantastic investment over the last 3 business days. Hopefully you got in on this right when I started to recommend it. But they have had news where it's possible that they are going public, and this is huge news for them. And I expect this ride to continue. So I do not think that this is over anytime soon. I think this stock could hit much, much higher. And so I'm holding it and looking forward to fantastic returns. All right, number 7 is AXDX. This has been phenomenal. And on Monday, this finished up 1.61%. My average in it is $10.02. And since calling this out, it is up 32.24%. I really hope you got a part of this. This has a really high short percentage, and so there are lots of shorts covering, and let me kind of explain what's going on with this one. And this is Accelerate Diagnostics, and Jack Schuler, he's retired. He's the doctor who really kind of founded this company, and he's been buying up shares, and the short float has fallen all the way down to 39.4%, but that is way too high. I mean, 39% on a stock that's moving like this. In my opinion, this squeeze will continue, and so looking forward to even greater gains. Most shorts have to cover, and they got to be getting nervous because as buyers are pulling in on this, and as Jack Schuler has bought up shares, this thing is really moving up nicely, and expect that to continue. Number 6 is MTEM. This is Molecular Templates, and on Monday this finished up 2.31%. My average in it is $13.27, and since calling this out, it is up 1.51%, so not a lot, but I think there's more going on here. B-Flat Biotech continues to load up, and in just about every couple of days, B-Flat Biotech has been loading even more shares, and so the insider activity and how they've come back to it multiple times makes me very bullish on this stock. Analysts have an average target price of $20.14, so there's a really nice 60% upside here that we could see on this, and I think it's got much further to go. As long as that insider activity is continuing, I plan on holding this for big gains. Hopefully you got in on this early. All right, number 5 is SRGA. This is Surgeline, and man, this thing has been awesome. Hopefully you got this. I know I've been saying that a lot, but it is best when you see these videos in pre-market that you load up on these things. I mean, they have insider activity, and what we found is that the insider activity is the news before the news. On Monday, this finished up another 16.85%. My average in it's $1.90. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 70.53%, really moving nicely, and there still is no news at all. It's just insider activity and people loading up because they saw the insider activity that was reported on the Form 4. Analysts have an average target price of $5 a share, so there is still plenty that this thing can go. If it got some news, man, it'd really move. Anyway, I think this one continues upward and should be a great investment. All right, number 4 is HOG. This is Harley Davidson. So on Monday, this finished up 5.19%. This one is doing really, really well. I said to my members when I saw this insider activity that I expected a 2 to 10% upside, and I think that that's going to be pretty easy. Already at 3.54% return since calling this out. My average in it's $34.59, and the CEO and today the VP of Motorcycle Management has bought shares, and they have a new EV bike and lots of other things kind of going on, and I think this could be the signal of maybe some sort of news. I mean, the CEO bought over $1 million worth of shares. Now we have a second officer coming in and buying an open market. I mean, that's very bullish to me. I love to see multiple officers go into a stock. I might be wrong. 2 to 10% might be way too low. This one could continue upwards, and there is a nice little analyst upside here, so I think that this one could move very well. All right, number 3 is YTEN. YTEN. This is Yield 10 Biosciences. And on Monday, this finished up 5.84%. So it's doing very nicely. My average at $16.69 since calling this out. It is up 13%. Hopefully you got in on this. It's doing really great. But this is another Jack Schuler. Jack Schuler loaded up shares. And this has been moving up nicely in response to that. Analysts have an average target price of $21.25. So there is some nice upside still here. You can still buy this and make good money on it. I don't think it's going to dip, especially with that insider activity. There's too many buyers trying to load and get in on this before the big push. All right, number 2, and this one is brand new to the list. This is APEN. This is Apollo Endosurgery. And on Monday, this finished up 9.39%. My average, and it's $5.10. Since calling this out, is up 5.59%. But in after hours on Monday, there was more insider activity reported, and now it's up another 7%. So since calling this out, it's now up 12% since the time I first mentioned it and analyzed it within our Discord. But Neil Cugnan bought shares 2 different days in open market. Analysts have an average target price of $7 a share, so there's plenty of upside. And with the fresh insider activity, this shall continue moving upward. Should have a fantastic day tomorrow. And number 1 is FAST. This is Fastenal. On Monday, this finished up 0.36%. My average, and it's $47.77. And since calling this out, this is down 0.63%. But the reason why I like it is because we have multiple directors that have bought shares in open market during business day today. And so there's been lots of insider buying. I expect this one to move up nicely. Should be a great pick. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could please do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. I hope all of you are successful on the market, taking advantage of this good move in the market. I do expect this to continue early on in the month. I mean, with stimulus money, and also it's possible that inflation can be causing the stock market to move upwards, and that might be kind of what's causing this move. That and anticipation of people getting a $1,400 check coming soon. I hope all of you have a fantastic trading day tomorrow, and Raythoven out.